Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 10th. We're going to jump right in here, Capricorn. You have this swan spirit and this black egg. So I feel like this is like some sort of achievement or accomplishment coming in for you here. There's something about completion. And the swan spirit is about kind of diving deep into your emotions, about how you feel about life or where your life is headed or where you are going. So I think it would be a great time to kind of like dive in deep into your emotions, like I just said, or how you're feeling about the different things that you're doing in life. And again, I think this could be a good thing for you that you're kind of diving deep, right? And I think that it would be a good week for you to maybe, process your emotions, or it would be a good time for you to, learn about yourself and how you feel about the way your life is going or where you are heading. And yeah, I just think that would be good for you. Even you have the King of Cups here as your center card. The center card in the 9-card spread is the most important card here. And the King of Cups is sitting in the middle of the deep ocean. And it just represents the fact that he has explored his emotions on a very deep level. You have the 5 of Wands here. 5 of Wands is conflict and competition. If you are interested in a person, you could be worried about conflict or competition. I think there could be conflict and competition, but again, as I always say, if something's for you, it's for you. So, it doesn't even matter. But, I also feel there's something here about learning from competition. I don't think we should compare ourselves, of course, to the competition, but I definitely feel we can learn a lot from our competitors, like in business and work and whatever else you do. And the 5 of Wands is a card I used to call Indiana Jones, because it's like a card of going on a crazy adventure and finding some treasure. But sometimes we have to look into competition, see what they're doing, see what they're not doing, and try to fill in the gaps. So I think it would be a great time for those of you that work or have a business to do that with that energy. I would also be careful of a past person, which you've had in your, a lot of you have had in your energy, like a past person who might be bringing conflict back into your life. Again, I don't really feel this is that big of a deal. This kind of looks like maybe an apology or something to me, but you end with this card that says set healthy boundaries. So, again, make sure someone isn't messing up your day or something, with these 2 cards. The Judgment card is, I think that you are being called to something greater with this reading. It's almost like the universe is saying okay, you've dabbled where you are, and now it's time for something bigger and better for you. It's time for you to kind of expand and grow and, all this other stuff. But the universe is calling you to do that, with this card. I feel like the universe is saying it's time to let go of your old life, and it's time to step in to your new life with this card. You have the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is, of course, a card of financial stability. I do see a lot of you, I think, it's obvious to me that Capricorn is working on creating more financial stability, probably with your skills. He has these grapes on his cloak, and grapes in the tarot represent something that's hard to grow and something that requires a lot of skill. So it says that you have certain skills, but you could be looking for ways to kind of use those skills better, or to use those skills in a way that will make you more money or make you more successful. And so, I feel that here. You have this wealthy woman card coming up, by the way, and you don't have to be a woman. This is a general reading. I'm, applying this to a billion of you here. So, whatever you are, you could be looking to build your wealth. With the 5 of Wands, you have the 4 cups. Again, I would be careful of a past person. This is the White Sage Tarot, by the way, and you can see on this card that these 3 cups are pouring into 1 cup. It's I almost get the feeling that someone, it's they went out, they left, they went out, they had their fun, and now they're coming in wanting to pour into you fully, but at the same time, it's they had a chance to do that already. So I would be careful if you're dealing with a person who never gave you the time or the effort or the attention or the energy. And, I think there's something much, much better, clearly. It's King of Cups, 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups. This would be a person who knows what they want and they don't mess things up. With the Judgment card, you have the 4 of Pentacles. Yes, like I said, someone is holding on too tightly to the past here. I don't think it's necessarily you. I think it's this person. So 4 of Pentacles is kind of holding on to the status quo. If this part of the story is for you, I think that if you look at this person's life, I think that there's a lot of evidence that a lot of the things they do is very status quo energy. It's they don't take any big risks. They kind of have developed a comfort zone, and that's where they're stuck. So if you have a person like that, I would be careful right here. I also think that you should look at your own life and say, where have I developed the comfort zone where I'm not growing, where I'm not reaching new heights, right? Because I think it's time for Capricorn to reach new heights, to do new things. With the King of Pentacles, you have the World here, which is you coming up in a very strong position. The World is an accomplishment. That Black Egg card, I look at kind of like the World card in that deck. That's the Tarot of the Unknown, or the Wild Unknown Animal Oracle is what that one is. I can never remember. But I think that for a lot of you, that there could be some sort of achievement, or you are achieving great things, with this card and this card here. So I think that for a lot of you, that there could be some cycles that you're closing out here, or there is a cycle that you're closing out, and I think you're just ready for a new beginning, or you're ready for something new. Next, in the area of your present position, you have this caregiver. It says, support, seek advice, get help, physical, emotional healing. We see a lot of healing here in the reading. The Swan Spirit, the King of Cups here. Even you could argue that the Nine of Cups is a card of kind of like bathing in an energy of what you want and desire. So I think that would be great. You have this wealthy woman. It says wealth, beauty, youthful, fun, charming, creative, luxury, vanity, good life. So yeah, I think you're trying to create the good life here. You have the Seven of Pentacles, and then you go to the Ten of Cups in this row. And the Seven of Pentacles, he's like looking at all the work he's done, and he's saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is it worth it? Was all this work that I've done worth it? Or, is there something better that I could be doing with my time, effort, and energy? Or are there other things that I could be doing with my time, effort, and energy? And I kind of see you like trying to either decide that or figure that out. You're like trying to say, is it worth it for me to, put all this work into things? Or, are there better ways that I could be doing things in my life, better places I could be putting my time? And I think, you're kind of like creating a good life here, or you're trying to create the good life. You have the King of Cups. King of Cups is your emotions. And we, especially with that Swan Spirit, I think that a lot of you need to explore how you feel about where your life is headed. And you need to make some decisions. Like, do I want to keep going in this direction? Are there better things that I could be doing in my life? Is there something new I could be doing in my life? How do I feel? And he has these choppy waters all around him. And it kind of represents the fact that he's not allowing, anything that's going on in the world or anything around him. He's not allowing those things to make decisions for him. He's perfectly fine in those choppy waters. He is in control of his emotions. So I think a lot of you are, needing to control your emotions or something along those lines. This could also be new love coming in for you. I mean, we have the King of Cups, then we have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is like happy home, happy family. It's like pretty much everything you want and desire in a connection. This is also just a card of happiness. So if you're hoping for happiness, or if you're hoping to create more happy times in your life, I do feel there could be a lot more happiness and joy coming in for you with the Ten of Cups. I also, the weird thing I'm getting here is like something about enlightenment. I have the word enlightenment popping into my head. It's not really a card of enlightenment, but you do have the Judgment card here. So you could be becoming aware of something that will make you happy. It does not have to be love. For some of you, I feel this could just be something that's fulfilling, because we go to the Nine of Cups here. So this could be like a new job, or, it could just be an activity or something you do during the day. But I feel like you are kind of waking up or becoming aware of something in your life that will bring a lot more enlightenment into your life. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Three of Cups. You have that card that what did it say? The Caregiver card, which says ask for help, right? So the Three of Cups is a card of your community. Normally, the three ladies on the Three of Cups are celebrating because they're having a harvest. And, I think that you have a harvest that's coming in clearly. You have that wealth card, right? So there could be, more wealth coming in for you, or you're increasing your standard of living, or you're actively trying to do things to increase your standard of living. And I feel like this is saying like there's a lot of help, or there are people who know things that could help you. With the King of Cups, you have the Knight of Swords. I'm laughing because we go here to the Knight of Swords, Knight of Swords. Like, if you're meeting a new person, I would just like take your time. Knight of Swords, I don't really feel it's good or bad. I feel that sometimes the Knight of Swords can represent, rushing into something a little too quickly. So if you're meeting a person, it's like maybe you or this person wants it to move faster than the other person, or whatever. And so I would just make sure you're kind of like, setting healthy expectations, you're putting up boundaries, and, all this other stuff. And it's like, it's funny because, a lot of people say to me, yeah, but we shouldn't have expectations in a relationship. I'm like, yeah, no, we shouldn't, right? We shouldn't have expectations, but we all do. You all want things from a person. We all have expectations, right? So I think it's like BS to say, oh, no expectations in a relationship. It's like, yes, on a personal level, we should say to ourselves, you know what, if my expectations aren't met in this relationship, really it's my own fault because these are my expectations. They're not this other person's expectations. But we all do have needs. So, you know, I think that needs to be made clear here with a person. It's like maybe as boring as it sounds, and, you know, yeah, it's not sexy, but maybe it would be a good idea to talk to a person about their expectations or what they expect in a connection, so at least you know where you stand. It's like I cannot tell you how many readings I've done over the years where people come to me and, you know, they'll say, you know, I was with this person and they said they didn't want children, they said they didn't want to get married and all this other stuff, and then we broke up and I'm sad because, you know, they didn't want to get married. I'm like, they told you they didn't want to get married. It's like, why didn't you believe them, right? When someone tells you something, believe them and move on. Don't stop wasting your time, right? And I kind of feel like this is saying there could be a lot of time saved between you and another person, like if you get on the same page. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Knight of Wands, sorry. Knight of Wands is about being flexible. So, you know, again, if you're meeting a person, there might need to be some flexibility, or, you know, I kind of feel like this has to do with timing as well as what's popping into my head. Maybe you meet a person and it's like they don't want to get married tomorrow, but it's like maybe they're open to it in the future. So again, you know, I would be a little flexible with your expectations. I also feel that it's time for you to go on more adventures here, Capricorn, like do more fun things, you know, get out into the world, look for new opportunities, stuff like that. You have this Armadillo spirit, it says set healthy boundaries. We already talked about that. You have this wolf spirit, says turn knowledge into wisdom. For the past like 20 years, you've been gaining a bunch of knowledge, and now it's time to put that knowledge into practice. I think what's going to surprise Capricorn the most over the next 20 years is that, you know, a lot of the things that you know, if you take action on those things, that you're going to like rise to the top very quickly. You know, so like let's say you wanted to start a YouTube channel. It's like you could actually start it and grow very quickly. You might grow very quickly. You know, it's not going to happen overnight. I want to stress that. It's going to take time. But I think that it could happen faster than you think because you already have the knowledge and you're just turning it into wisdom. You're kind of like learning from what you already know. And, you know, I think things could progress very quickly for you at this time, or much, much faster than they have been in the past. But, you know, I'm a big fan of the whole knowledge into wisdom thing for you, Capricorn. You know, I have a Capricorn stellium. I have 2 asteroids in Capricorn in my chart. And it's like literally this has been my only focus in my life for the past like 3 years at least, is kind of like writing things down that I learn, putting them into practice, trying them, experimenting with them, and then documenting my experience with what I've learned. And it's like changed my life in, you know, crazy ways. So I would highly recommend it. It takes me about like 10 minutes every single day, right? No time at all. And if I can stick to it, you can. I have total ADHD, right? I can't stick to anything in my life, and I've stuck to this for years. So, you know, again, I highly recommend it, and you never know what could happen. You have the Knight of Swords, 5 of Swords, and 9 of Cups. The Knight of Swords is about rushing, or, you know, rushing towards something. I actually do kind of feel good about this. Again, I wouldn't rush something, especially if you're meeting a person here. You know, and again, I think that there's something popping into my head that I can't quite grab onto, but I think that you could be meeting a person where communication is going to be very important. I kind of get, like, I don't know how to describe this person, you know? It's like, I feel like if this person feels like you're not communicating or something, that they're going to run away. You know, it's like if they feel like you're playing a game, for example, they're going to run away. And I'm not saying that you would play a game, and this might be you as well. So take it how it resonates. Like if you feel like this person is playing a game, you might run away. But again, I think that also what this reading is saying is 10 of Cups. This person, you know, could be your 10 of Cups. So communicate with them. If you feel like they're not communicating or they're hiding or whatever, like maybe you need to say something, because again, maybe fixing it or, you know, kind of like saying something will snap this person out of whatever haze they're in, and it could kind of correct the situation. You have the 5 of Swords, bigger risks. I think you need to take bigger risks. And, you know, as I always say to you, I think it's time for Capricorn to get out of the kiddie pool and like jump into the deep end, right? It's like you've been, you know, training in this little pool for a very long time, and now it's time for you to like show the world what you're made of. So I think those are the risks that you will be taking, and this goes for all areas of your life. It's like you're playing in the big leagues now. You have the 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is a card of like a wishes or wish fulfillment. So I definitely feel there could be, you know, I would make a wish at this time. Normally I don't look at the 9 of Cups as a wish card, but in your reading, I feel like you're getting something you wish for. Let's see. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is like slow progress for sure. So excuse me, you could be making slow progress, or maybe you're not making as much progress as you would like to on the things that you're working on. But the Knight of Pentacles is saying you're still making progress. And I think that there is going to be a moment in your life, like coming up, maybe over the summer, where everything just kind of like adds up, where, everything you've been working on all of a sudden sprouts at like one time. And, I kind of feel like that's what's happening here for whatever reason. With the Five of Swords, you have this Magician card. I kind of feel like you are a magician. It's like you're starting to realize that you are a magician at this time. I always say, like, in traditional Vedic astrology, Capricorn was a crocodile, not the sea goat, right? And so the crocodile can, go from water and land at the same time. It lives in both worlds. And the sea goat also lives in both worlds, right? I think everybody thinks of Capricorn as this like sea goat that's like climbing a mountain, which there's some truth to that. But really, I kind of like to look at Capricorn as a crocodile. It's like crocodiles are kind of like sit and wait predators. They're very patient, and then all of a sudden they kind of spring into action with great force, and things start to happen for them, right? And it's like sometimes there are crocodiles that only eat like once a year. I'm a reptile nerd, so there you go. But there's a little bit of Steve Irwin for you, right? But what I would say here is that I think like all of a sudden there's going to be this burst of activity, and it might be people are going to be like, where the hell did Capricorn come from? But really, I think this is years of collected knowledge. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Queen of Cups. So there you go. Definitely a loving connection coming in for you. I think this is two people who want the same thing that are looking at the connection in two different ways. It's like if you look at this cup, my famous green cup, right? You're looking at it from this side. This person is looking at it from this side. It's like you're both looking at something, the same exact thing, but you're looking at something from like two different perspectives. And, it's like that's the feeling I get. This is like a weird reading for love because like in a lot of ways, I feel like this could be your dream person here, if you are looking at for love, but it's like you're, you both want the same thing, but you're just saying it different, or, you're looking at it from two different perspectives. There's, if you're interested in a person, there's a conversation that needs to happen. And I would just open your mouth, and maybe they will too, right? But I think you both want the same things, but you're just not, you're looking at it from a different perspective or whatever. Your first card, you have this flirtation card. So I think you need to like flirt and talk, do all that fun stuff. You have this control card. This is like the world card. It even looks like the world card. It's Jupiter and Capricorn as well. So, I feel for a lot of you that you could be controlling something, or that there's like an achievement here. You have this appreciation card. I think practicing gratitude. This card's been coming up a lot. So there's something in the energy about gratitude or needing to express gratitude more. You have this domination card as well. I kind of feel like you're coming out on top. Like I said, I think for the past 10 readings I've been saying that you're kind of coming out on top, but it really is your time to do that. And again, I want to stress that it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen like right this second, right? You've been working on this for years. It's going to take years, but it's like whatever you're working towards, if you keep putting the effort in, you will be successful. And here you go. Are you kidding? You have this Sun in Capricorn. It says achievement on it. So clearly there's a big achievement coming in for you here. And, I think it's going to lead to a lot of success. But this looks really good, Capricorn. I love it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.